And we are now live on YouTube. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Paul. I am with the Dispo Dragons. And if you're watching this, that's because you have nothing else to do. Or you have been consuming some content that is related to real estate investing or wholesaling real estate. You must have clicked on somebody's profile, our profile. You must have started researching the topic. Let me put my phone on vibrate. This is what happens when you go live and you make little boo-boos like this. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about how to ethically, legally, unabashedly, unembarrassingly swipe other people's Facebook ad copy and go after your competitors' leads. That's what we're going to talk about today. And if you haven't noticed my image yet, I'm going to start the slideshow. This is the very first image. This is me using AI. I tried to get Google Effects, right, Google Labs, to be able to create an image for me of a Mark Zuckerberg lookalike. Mark Zuckerberg twin, somebody that looks a lot like Mark Zuckerberg, and Google refused to make that image. So what I had to do in order to create this image, my prompts was I had to get a little creative. I had to tell them that I am looking for someone who is about 5'7" with curly red hair, a slight coif of hair, and short sides, giving a keynote speech at a tech conference wearing a Dispo shirt, while there are two big screen Jumbotron images or Jumbotron screens in the background featuring the keynote speaker. And that was the closest thing that I could get to a Mark Zuckerberg lookalike. So I've got my version of Mark generated by AI wearing our Dispo t-shirt. And if you don't know, part of why I like doing this is because it does give me a little bit of an opportunity to express my creativity when I work on these slides for you. And so this was my version of Mark giving a keynote speech while wearing our Dispo Dragon shirt. Today we're going to be talking about Facebook ad copy swipe, and how you can ethically steal your competitors' Facebook ads and their leads by doing so. Be sure that if you're looking at this video that you like. In fact, if you're looking at this right now and you're watching us, please give me a thumbs up just so that way I know that the audio is coming through fine. That helps me out as I am doing this. If you can hear me, give me a quick thumbs up or a fire emoji or a rocket ship emoji. Just no vomit emojis, and definitely no eggplant emojis with the splashy splash, okay? None of that stuff. So give me an emoji. Let me know that you can hear me fine and that I'm coming through fine. Be sure that you follow us. Over 50% of the people that are watching this content on any of the social media platforms that we are using, believe it or not, over 50% of you aren't subscribers or you are not following us. So you're watching it, you're just not a follower or a subscriber of it. I see the stats. I look at them all the time just to monitor who's watching it, when they're watching it, what is the most popular time for people to be watching it, and some of the questions that people have. So please do me a favor. We work on this content for you. There is, we do this. We work really, really hard on it. There is no cost to you other than the cost of admission, which is a like and a follow. So please be sure that you do that for us. All right, let's talk about this. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. So for a long time, I prided myself on social media mastery and social media marketing and social media advertising, and I would study all of this stuff, and every time there was an update to an algorithm, or every time there was an update to their advertising platform, or every time the phone manufacturers decided that they were going to add something to their phones to prevent tracking, to prevent cookies, to protect privacy, all of that stuff, which we as marketers and advertisers used to be able to find our primary target, our primary client, our primary seller. For all of those things, as they started to evolve, I started realizing that I was going to have to relearn this stuff every, 6 to 8 months, every 6 to 14 months, I'd have to learn all that. So my message to you is you don't necessarily have to do that, at least not when it comes to Facebook advertising anymore. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is just do what other successful people are already doing it. If they're doing it, just implement what they're already doing and, just do it more often, okay? And we're going to talk about how you're going to do that. Now, if you don't know, I published a book. The name of that book is Deal Like a Dove, Dispo Like a Dragon. Deal like a dove. Treat people as if you were a dove, and dispo, get those properties sold like a dragon. If you haven't noticed it yet by looking at the logo on the book, that is my spin off of the Deadpool and Wolverine logo. And so you've got the dove on one side and the dragon on the other side. The book is written in a very a comic book superhero type of theme. And yes, I believe that there are many of us in the industry that do operate as superheroes and are able to create amazing opportunities for both sellers and for buyers. And so there's a recurring theme throughout the book about special powers and superheroes, and I compare negotiating as one of those powers and skills, etc., etc. If you click on the QR code that shows up on your screen, you'll be able to download the book, or you can go to you can go to dove.dispodragons.com, dove.dispodragons.com, and you can purchase it directly from our website. If you prefer, you can listen to it on Audible. You can go to audible.dispodragons.com, audible.dispodragons.com. I talk about this a lot. When you are driving or commuting or in between meetings or getting the kids to school or doing whatever you're doing in your vehicle, my recommendation is that you use that time to educate yourself, to improve yourself, to learn a new skill. If you're commuting, a half hour in the morning and a half hour at night, depending on where you live, or in the evening, that's an hour a day. That's 5 hours a week. That's 20 hours a month. That's 240 hours per year that you now have at your disposal to be able to use that to essentially get a degree, right? You are now getting a degree in whatever it is that you want to learn. So use that time wisely. And this book, Deal Like a Dove, Dispo Like a Dragon, I didn't hold anything back. I didn't pull any punches. I laid it all out there. So you can listen to it. And it's narrated by Tim Alexander. He's an amazing voice actor. And he did a great job narrating and giving voice to my vision. So you'll enjoy it. Go to audible.dispodragons.com. All right, if you don't know who this is Jay-Z, and he is hugging Warren Buffett. Now, Jay-Z was already wildly successful in his own right, but Jay-Z had a goal, a dream, a vision. He wanted more. He wanted to become a billionaire. And so what Jay-Z did was he decided he was going to seek out a mentor, and what a better mentor to seek out than Warren Buffett, one of the most, if not the most successful man in the history of our world, our nation. Now, Warren Buffett owns Berkshire Hathaway, amongst other things, and he's mentored Jay-Z. This is a scene of them. It's a very famous photo now taken, I think, when Steve Forbes was there as well. They did an article on this, and Warren Buffett is mentoring Jay-Z. Warren Buffett loves his Coca-Cola for a couple of different reasons. He's a Coke drinker, but more importantly, Berkshire Hathaway is one of Coca-Cola's largest investors, and he loves his shakes. It's rumored that he has one shake a day, and he has one Coke a day minimum. So he's mentored Jay-Z, and Jay-Z is now a multi-billionaire. And not only is Jay-Z a multi-billionaire, but he, in his house, in his Rock Nation, in his stable, also has several billionaires that he has mentored. People like Rihanna. In one of his songs, Jay-Z talks about LeBron being a billionaire as well, and part of his organization, and he's a rock boy is what he says in the song. Anyway, the point is, he did it as a result of him having a mentor. People within his organization became a billionaire as a result of having Jay-Z as a mentor. We have a profit-sharing mentorship within our organization. You can learn more about it by going to start.dispodragons.com. I see people on Facebook groups, on the Reddit boards, on the WAP communities, on the LinkedIn community. I'm a part of many different groups, communities, organizations, and I see all the messages where people will post something along the lines of, I'm having trouble, I need help, I need a mentor, can someone help me? And here's the thing. A mentorship is not the same as a joint venture. There is a difference. A joint venture is where two people get together for the purpose of one transaction. Yes, Can it go over for multiple transactions? Sure. But the reality is you've got you and you've got another person, and one person brings a seller, another person brings a buyer, they close the transaction, and everybody sails off into the sunset. Typically, the JV partner isn't going to mentor you. The JV partner isn't going to walk you through the entire process because they have their 4Fs. What are their 4Fs? They have their faith, they have their family, they have their finances, they have their fitness. And so to think that they're going to take away all that time that they have to dedicate to those 4 things to then stop and mentor someone for free, right, is a little unrealistic. Now, what we have is a profit-sharing mentorship where you truly have a mentor that is incentivized to walk you through the entire process. They will help you close your leads. They will help you fill out the paperwork, fill out the contracts. They will help you get your deals under contract. They will help you find buyers for that deal, and they will help you close those deals. You as the mentee make money, and the mentor makes money. Everybody wins because they get a share of the profit. So it's a win-win situation. The mentor is incentivized to be there to walk you through this entire process. So to learn more, go to start.dispodragons.com, start.dispodragons.com. All right, now let's go right into the training. How do you swipe your competitors' Facebook ads so that you can get their leads, right? How do you do that? Well, first off, before we get into that, let's talk about why you should be advertising on Facebook. I think there's a lot of people that already have an idea of why they should be advertising on Facebook, but there are some people who might be of a little bit of a younger generation that don't see the value in it. They grew up using tools like TikTok or Snapchat, and so they don't understand how Facebook is still a very, very, very valuable form, a very valuable medium of advertising, okay? So here's why you should advertise on Facebook. Number one, there's still a massive audience that uses Facebook, a massive audience. This was the granddaddy, the grandmommy of social media. Now, I shouldn't say the first. I stand corrected because there are going to be some people that are going to talk about MySpace. And yes, I understand that MySpace was before Facebook, but really Facebook was the one that took it to a new height, a new level. So Facebook still has a massive audience because it's the oldest social media platform out there. And it's very, very cost effective to advertise on Facebook, right? You can set your budgets, you can set your radius, you can set your limits, you can control all of that stuff. So you could literally get started for $5 a day advertising on Facebook. And it's also very scalable, right? So you could increase that budget. You can start at 5, then you could increase it to 7 as you start to see some progress, then you could increase it to 10, and then you could potentially increase it to 15. So it is very scalable, and you can also retract, so you can slow it back down. If for whatever reason you find yourself in a difficult situation and you've been advertising and all of a sudden you have to cut a little bit of that budget, well, you can reverse it and you can actually, reduce the amount that you are spending on a daily basis too. It has effective targeting. Now, we all know about Facebook's targeting and the cookies and how when you click on one ad or you click on one business and then all of a sudden you start seeing ads all over it, and the tracking and all of that stuff. We are all aware of how that works. And if you don't, well, then I'll just give you a real quick crash course, okay? If you click on someone's business profile and they are advertising with Facebook, there is a very good chance that shortly thereafter you are going to start to see advertisements for that business, for that product, for that service, and they're going to be bouncing around. It's not just going to be on the Facebook platform. If you're using TMZ, for instance, all of a sudden you're going to start to see ads for that same product or service on TMZ. Then you hop onto YouTube, all of a sudden you're seeing video ads on YouTube for that same product or service. All right, what they are using are cookies and caching the fact that you visited that website to be able to then have the opportunity to retarget you and re-advertise to you again. That's the point of Facebook advertising and Facebook marketing. Now, another benefit is you can advertise on both platforms. So when you set up your Facebook business account, and by the way, this isn't going to be a Facebook business training or a Facebook advertising training. I don't consider myself a huge Facebook advertising expert, right? All I'm doing is just giving you the general information that you're going to need so that you could effectively duplicate the advertisements that other competitors are using right now. So when you advertise on Facebook, you can also advertise on Instagram. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, you can also pop it onto WhatsApp too as well. But for now, it's just Facebook and Instagram that we're going to focus on. Now, you can also, it's important for you to keep in mind that Facebook does have an older demographic, right? Facebook came out in 2007. There are some of you that are looking at this that weren't even born in 2007, I don't think, right? And so now it's an older demographic. There are older people that are using Facebook, and not only because of people like me, but because it was one of the first social media platforms that allowed the grandmas and the grandpas to be able to connect with their grandchildren using social media. So there are a lot of boomers, right? Boomers, people who are in their 60s, even in their 70s, that are using Facebook to communicate because that was their first taste of social media, and that was their first chance to be able to communicate with their grandchildren in real time. So there is an older demographic of people who are using Facebook to communicate with their grandkids, with their children. They love seeing the updates of what their grandkids are doing, what their children are doing. They love to see all of that stuff. So they're on there using the platform. Why is this important? Because that older demographic of baby boomers, also known as, this is also known as the silver tsunami, that older demographic are the ones that are very real estate rich. A lot of those people purchased homes years ago, many, many years ago. They have a ton of equity in their property, and the cost of living was significantly different than the cost of living today. My wife's grandfather had, I think it's 10 children. He had 10 children, and he did this during the 50s and 60s. He had 10 children, and he did this in California, right? Back when you could have a job, a normal job, and still be able to provide for those 10 children. And he started out as a dishwasher, and he was able to purchase a few properties, a few apartment buildings, and still managed to pay for all of his children, right? In one of the most expensive states in our nation presently. He did this back in the 50s and 60s. Try raising 10 kids in the state of California right now on just a regular blue-collar salary or blue-collar wage. It's going to be very, very difficult. But these boomers were able to do it. And so that is why they are one of the largest real estate, or one of the largest demographics of real estate holders in this country right now. So guess where they're at? They're using Facebook because they want to see their grandbabies, they want to see their children, they want to see the updates, they want to see the recitals, they want to see all of that stuff. They're on the platform using it to communicate, and guess if they're there and they are the largest holders of real estate in the nation, then guess where you should be too? That's right, on Facebook. I don't care if you don't use Facebook. I don't care if you don't have a Facebook account. I don't care if you prefer TikTok. I'm telling you right now that the people that own the most real estate in this country are using Facebook. And if you want to capture that business, then you're going to want to start advertising on Facebook as well. All right, now, advertising on Facebook is easier than it has ever been. Ever. It is easier to advertise on Facebook now than it was back when Facebook even started offering advertising, many, many years ago. Back when I first got into advertising on Facebook, and when I thought, I was learning all of the different strategies and all the different tools that Facebook had to offer, and then they went and changed it on me in 6 to 8 months, and then another 6 to 8 months they changed it all over again. Now it's super easy to advertise on Facebook because of the ad transparency, the Facebook ad transparency, and because of AI. So we're really only going to talk about the transparency right now. We're not going to go too much into artificial intelligence or AI and how to use it. I will just say this briefly. It used to take me hours and hours to come up with copy. Now, when I say copy, what I am referring to is the sales description in the ad. It would take me hours because I would want to make sure that it's written right. I would want to make sure that it was, enticing. I wanted to make sure that it was interesting enough to where the person on the who's watching the ad would actually click on it enough. And then you want it to have an image. You don't want it to just be text, so you want an image. And I used to sit there and create these images using Adobe Illustrator many years ago. And these days, what you can create using artificial intelligence in the form of visually stimulating images that can get people interested and ready to click is mind-boggling. It is easier than ever to create advertisements that are sexy. And when I say sexy, I just mean interesting and attractive to the person who is watching it, okay? Don't get any weird ideas. Now, advertising on, wow, that's the same slide twice, right? Okay. Facebook ad transparency is a tool that allows all users to view every single ad that a page is currently running. A lot of people don't know this. So you can click on a Facebook business, and you can click on the About section, and then you can click on Page Transparency, and you can see all of the ads that Facebook business page is currently running. All of their advertisements are there for you to look at, and you can click on them, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right, so I usually don't do this because then it takes my eyes off of the camera and I'm no longer looking at the camera, but I look at the screen. So now what we're going to do is you're going to watch me do this in real time so that you can see how it works. All right, here's my browser. Now here's on Facebook. Now here's what you're going to do. The first thing that you're going to do is you are going to search for the largest home buyer in your area, okay? You're going to look for that, and you want to see some of their advertisements. And we're going to go to google.com. So we go to Google. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that. I'm really making myself sound old. All right, so largest home buyer in, let's just say Orlando, Florida. Largest home buyer in Orlando, Florida. All right, so now, here is one right now. They're saying that HomeVestors is one of the largest ones. That's what AI is giving me. Five best companies that buy houses for cash in Orlando. All right, let's click on it. Let's just see what pops up. Now, by the way, all of this stuff can be influenced by SEO, but whatever. So here we got one, Florida cash buyers. You can see their website. I'm trying to see, and guess what? Here's their Facebook page. So you can click on their Facebook page. They need to have a Facebook page. If they don't have a Facebook page, why is it saying create post? That's not what I'm trying to do. Oh, that's to share. Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to do. Florida. All right, let's just look for them then. Florida cash home buyers. So I'm going to copy their name, and we're about to find out if they advertise on Facebook. So I do a quick search. No, that's not one. All right, cool. Here's one that pops up. All right, now watch this. This wasn't exactly what I was anticipating or what I was expecting, but I'm going to have a slide where I tell you specifically to click on all the advertisements that you see if you're using Facebook or Instagram. Now, if we click on this one, some of you might already recognize the image that's showing up. But if you click on Nest Buys, okay, Nest Buys, this was an ad that just popped up on my Facebook feed. How funny that it popped up when I was looking for cash home buyers, right? This is the power of Facebook. So here's Nest Buys. Now, what you can do is you can go to About, and I'm going to zoom in because I really want you to see this. Again, I don't really like doing it this way because then I don't get to make eye contact with you, but that's okay. You click About because I got a lazy eye that doesn't make eye contact with you anyway. All right. I've seen the comments. I've gotten a few messages asking me about what happened to my eye. I'm blind in my left eye, by the way. All right, so you click on About, then you click on Page Transparency, and if you look on Page Transparency, it gives you all the information, and it says this page is currently running ads, and then you can click See All, and go to Ad Library. Now, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is Ryan Pineda. All right, and Ryan is obviously a very successful real estate investor, speaker, a wholesaler, etc., etc. So this shows you all of Ryan's ads for Nest Buys, which is obviously one of his home buying companies, right? And here's one. I can click on See Ad Details. And look, he is advertising in Clark County, Cowlitz County, Washington area homeowners. Sell us your house for cash. And you can actually copy the entire copy here. And then what you can do is you can log into ChatGPT, or actually Gemini, whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just going to use ChatGPT. Bing wants you to use Copilot. I'm actually more of a Gemini and ChatGPT, but I really like Claude. I do like Claude, so let's just use Claude for now. Hopefully it doesn't make me log in. Claude for text is my favorite. Yeah, it's going to make me log in, and I don't feel like logging in. All right, let's go to ChatGPT again. Come on. This is why I don't really like doing this in real time. I'd rather do my slides. Call me a nerd. Do it. I dare you. All right. Then we get up here. Rewrite this advertisement copy, sounding like. Who do we want to sound like? You want to sound like Jay Shetty? Oprah Winfrey? Grant Cardone? Huh? Grant Cardone, changing the cities to, or the counties to, whatever, it doesn't matter, to, I don't know, Orange County and Riverside County. Making the ad sound more exciting, whatever. Now I've got my ad copy here. Then I can go back to my Facebook account and I can create the same ad and I can replicate it. Now, since I've clicked on the ad, here's his ad library. That's just one. It shows you that what he is doing is he is having you click on a link in his ad. In this case, he's using a video. So you can look at that video and you can get an idea of what he's doing. We can go and look at other ads. So we already know that he's advertising in Washington. Let's see this one. And they started running these on March 28th, so 3 days ago. And it even shows you the platforms that they're running them on. Here's Washington and Oregon. Interesting. They're really going after Washington and Oregon right now. And here's a video of him, right? And then it shows you exactly where he's running his ads, on what platform. So Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, Messenger. He's also running them on Messenger. And then we've got another ad copy here. I want to see if every one of his ad copies is all video. Yeah, they're all video. All of his ad copies are video. Okay, I'm going to show you another one real quick because I did it. And then I only have one more slide. So one of the biggest home buyers out here on the West Coast, actually everywhere, but I've seen them grow, and I'm very, very impressed by them, is Sellers Advantage. Great company, great group of guys. Sellers Advantage, okay? So I can go into Facebook, and I can do the exact same thing. Let's do a search. So my point is, if you know who the largest home buyers are in your market, in your marketplace, you can go to their Facebook page, click on their About, click on Page Transparency, click on their ads, duplicate the exact same ads, right? Because if they're running those ads that are already successful, or they wouldn't be one of the largest home buyers in your marketplace. They wouldn't be one of the most successful home buyers in your marketplace. So let's look up Seller's Advantage. Here we go. Here's Seller's Advantage. I click on them. I'm going to do the exact same thing. And they spend a lot of money on radio, print, and billboard ads. Click on Page Transparency. Scroll down. See all. Click on their Go to Ad Library. Active ads. Interesting. There were ads earlier. Maybe they took them down and they're going to start running some new ones. About Us, ads. Yeah, I don't see any ads for them right now. That is interesting. This page is not currently running any ads. So about an hour ago when I was prepping for this, they had some ads running. But wow. See what happens when you do things in real time? What's another one? Let's look up Homevestors. America's #1 home buyer. I'm going to do this one more time. So here's Homevestors. I can go to About. Page transparency. Sorry, I got too excited. See all. Ads. This page is currently running ads. Go to Ad Library. Something is going on now, and I'm not sure why. It says less than one result, but they were all there. So I'm going to try and refresh everything because it clearly just worked and then it stopped working. See all. Go to Ad Library. No active ads. Clear filters. This content was removed because it didn't follow our advertising standards, but that was launched in 2019. Interesting. So no ads right now. Less than 3 results. That's weird. All right, I'm going to try one more. But trust me, it works. Let's look for Tariq. Tariq Al Musa. Am I spelling his name wrong? Ads library. Let's go back here. Tariq Al Musa. Let's see his page. Here's Tariq Al Musa. He is part of Tariq. I mean, if you don't know who he is, HGTV celebrity. I'm looking for his ads. Anyway, I don't want to just fill this with dead time. So my point is this. Anytime you see, I'm going to go back to full screen. Anytime you see an advertisement as you are scrolling through Facebook or through Instagram, it is worth your time to click on their Facebook page or their Facebook business page profile, to then click on About, and then click on Page Transparency, and you will see the ads that they are running. Then once you see those ads, you can replicate those ads. You can modify them a little bit just so that way, it represents what it is that you're going after. And then you can, basically swipe the same ads. Okay, swipe the same ads, and now you can go into that market and you can start attacking it as well. All right, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to sit there and try to come up with creative copy. You don't have to try to come up with creative images, right? Because you can just see what they're doing and replicate the exact same thing. So you do a Google search. You watch every Facebook ad or Instagram ad that relates to sell me your house. Anytime you see any entity on Facebook or Instagram, running these ads, it behooves you to click on the business page and the About Me page so that you could replicate it, okay? Click on that profile. So you do a little bit of sleuthing. It's going to require you to do a little bit of internet trolling to find some of those business pages. But once you find them, especially the most successful ones, all you have to do is copy the exact same ads. But Paul, why would I want to copy the exact same ads? Isn't that... Aren't people going to get annoyed by seeing the exact same ads with the exact same verbiage? Listen, here's the thing. People don't see advertisements as much as you think they do, or remember them as much as you think that they remember them. They really don't. It's already been proven that it takes someone about 7 to 12 times for them to see an advertisement before they actually change a buying habit or make a decision or make a purchase. 7 to 12 times they have to see an advertisement before they decide about changing a buying habit or about making a decision. 7 to 12 times. So they have to see that ad over and over and over and over again. Don't worry about someone seeing your ad versus someone seeing your competitor's ad, because trust me, they're not seeing those ads enough to remember you or even me. So you want to make sure that you use the ad copy that is already working. Just add gasoline to it. Just add, just add it, create one, create your version of it, pay for it, and let it get it started. Borrow, mimic, same ad. All right, I'm going to end with this. If you are interested in more information about how to do this, about where we teach people how to do this, you can go to our Dollar Club. It does cost $1 to join. You go to school, school.dispodragons.com, school.dispodragons.com. And more importantly, it's not all about the information, okay? Because let's be real here. What I shared with you this evening is not brand new. There's other videos that actually cover the exact same thing on YouTube. Obviously, I have my own spin on it. I have my own twist. I have my own personality. The way I structure it and the way I present it is very, very different than some of the other people that are presenting it on YouTube. I have my specific format and the way I like to explain things. It may relate with you. It may not relate with you. But the point is this. When you join our Dollar Club, right? And you go to school.dispodragons.com. It's not just about the information. You can get the information if you really dig deep enough and you go out there and search it. It's about finding a tribe. It's about finding a group of people who are like-minded, who want to build their own real estate business themselves. It's about people that want to change their lives. They want to have an impact on their lives. They want to have impact on their community. They want to impact the lives of others. And so when you join our tribe, you are surrounded by those kind of people who want to improve themselves, and they want to do it using real estate as their vehicle. That is the benefit of joining the group, not just the information, because the information is already out there. We make it easier for you to access. We make it easier for you to find it. Sure, it's all there and it's organized, right? So that you don't have to constantly be searching for it. But more importantly, you have people that are just like you who want to do some amazing things using real estate. All right, so go to school.dispodragons.com. As a reminder, please make sure that you like and follow us. Hopefully you saw some value in what I just shared with you. I know that there's some of you that just learned about this for the very first time, and you're going to run with it tonight, and you're going to start running some ads tonight. And then in the next 2 to 3 days, you're going to have leads that are going to be coming in. If you need help following up with those leads, if you're brand new and you need the scripts, you need to know what to say to these leads. You need to know how many times you should be following up with these leads. If you need a mentor, DM us. Let us know. This is what we do. We eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. So please make sure that you join our community. It's $1, lifetime access. All right, $1 for lifetime access. Sorry, not sorry. And make sure that you like and follow us, right? We do this for you, right? Working on these slides, working on this presentation, working on the way it's delivered. We do it for you. It doesn't cost you anything, but the cost of admission is a simple follow, a subscribe, and a like. All right. I appreciate everybody. I hope you had a good night. I hope this information serves you well, and I hope that you get a bunch of business from it. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.